Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students of class 10th, today we will start our physics chapter number 14. So we will discuss the conceptual questions from book page number 166 and 167. The question number 1 is, as water is made up of atoms having protons and electrons, the positive and the negative charges respectively, does the water flowing through the pipe carry an electric current? Explain. So the answer is no. The water flowing through the pipe does not carry an electric current because the reason is, as we know that the electric current is the rate of flow of a net charge through a conductor, and its formula is I is equal to Q divided by T. But in water there is no net charge flows because the water molecule as a whole is neutral. Neutral means that each atom has the same number of protons in the nucleus as the number of electrons outside the nucleus. And due to the same number of electrons and protons, equal and opposite charges, so the atom will neutralize each other. The same is the case in the water molecule. It consists of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. So it is composed of neutral atoms. Therefore, water flowing through a pipe does not carry any electric current. Question number 2 is, a car has 2 headlights. When the filament in one headlight burns on, the other headlight stays on. Are the headlights connected in series or in parallel? So the answer is, the headlights of a car are connected in parallel because the reason is, as we know that for series combination, the current flows along a single path, that is, there is only one path for the flow of current. On the other hand, for parallel combination, there are more than one path for the flow of current as shown in the figure. The headlights of a car are connected in parallel because they will be independent of each other. That is, burning the filament of one headlight does not affect the other. The headlight, if they are connected in series and filament in one bulb burns out, then automatically the other bulb also switches off. That is why the conclusion is, the filament in one headlight of a car burns out, the other headlight stays on. Thus, the headlights are connected in parallel because each bulb will be independent. The question number 3 is, Kuratulan needs a 100 ohm resistor for a circuit, but she only has a box of 300 ohm resistors. What can she do? The answer is, this is possible if she takes 3 resistors of 300 ohm and connect them in parallel. The equivalent resistors Re in this case will be exactly equal to 100 ohm. And we can prove our answer with the mathematical derivation. So here we will prove our statement that, as we know that equivalent resistance of 3 resistors connected in parallel is given by, the formula is 1 by Re is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. When we put the values of R1, R2 and R3 as 300 ohm, then we get Re is equal to 100 ohm. So it is proved, and the conclusion is, thus the parallel combination of 3 resistors each of 300 ohm is equivalent to 100 ohm as calculated above. So if we want to have the 100 ohm resistance but we have the 300 ohm resistors, then we have to connect 3 ohm resistors in parallel combination. So question number 4 is, a number of light bulbs are connected to a single power outlet. Will they provide more illumination when connected in series or in parallel? So the answer is, the bulbs should be connected in parallel for getting more illumination. It is because the reason is, in parallel combination, the potential difference across each bulb is the same. That is, potential difference remains undivided. So V is equal to V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V3. It means that each bulb carries the equivalent amount of the voltage. The equivalent resistance decreases in parallel combination. So by switching off any bulb, there is no effect on the brightness of other bulbs. And the conclusion is, due to the reason mentioned above, the light bulbs must be connected in parallel for getting more illumination. So there is no effect on the illumination of the other bulbs by switching off one bulb. Question number 5 is, explain why light bulbs almost always burn out just as they are turned on and not after they have been on for some time. So the answer is, the incandescent light bulbs are most likely to burn out when they have just been turned on, because the reason is the metallic filament of an incandescent bulb work by resisting the flow of electric current, because this is a resistor. This resistance causes the filament to get very hot. Most conductive materials carry current better when they are cold. Thus, when we just turn on incandescent bulb, the initial flow of electric current called the inrush current, which is quite high. So due to this high current, more power is dissipated in the form of heat and light, and the bulb filament burns out. Once the bulb is shiny, the temperature is staying relatively constant and the filament is unlikely to break. In incandescent bulb, this filament is made up of tungsten. So the conclusion is, hence the incandescent light bulbs are most likely to burn out when they have just been turned on due to metallic filament, which produces the resistance and more power is dissipated. Question number 6 is, explain why is it possible for the birds to perch safely on high tension wires without being electrocuted? So answer is yes, it is possible for a bird to perch on a high voltage wire without being electrocuted, because the whole body of the bird sitting on a high voltage bare wire is at the same potential as that of the wire. So for producing electrocution, there must be potential difference created in the between the wire and the bird, but there is no potential difference, or we can say that due to zero potential difference, so no current passes through the body of the bird. Therefore, the bird is not electrocuted. Question number 7 is, an electrician working on live circuits wears insulated shoes and keeps one hand behind his or her back. Why? So the answer is, an electrician working on the live circuits wears insulated shoes and keeps one hand behind his back for his safety measures, or we can say that in other words, not to create a potential difference between his body and the live wire. Wearing insulated shoes increases the overall resistance of the worker, which reduces the dangers of electric shock. The electrician working on the live wire keeps his other hand behind for safety purposes. If he keeps one hand on the live wire and the other hand on the neutral or on other conducting material, for example earth, then he will get an electric shock. So the possibility of touching ground or other conductor, the electrician keeps his one hand on his back as shown in the figure. So in this way he can work safely without carry and without any current and without any danger of electric shock. The question number 8 is, explain why is it dangerous to turn on a light bulb when you are in a bathtub? And the answer is yes, it is dangerous to turn on a light bulb when you are in a bathtub, because the reason is the human body is a good conductor of electricity. That is, heavy current may pass through his body when he touches a live wire. Therefore, when a person is in a bathtub, tries to turn on the switch of a bulb, he may get an electric shock. Thus, for safety measures, he should not do so. And the conclusion is, as the human body is a good conductor of electricity, therefore it is dangerous to turn on a light bulb when you are in a bathtub or when the human body is in a bathtub. Question number 9 is, why circuit breaker, fuses and switches are installed to the live wire? The answer is, the circuit breakers and fuses are used to protect an electrical circuit for danger caused by an excess current flow due to fault or short circuit. It is a basic function is to stop the electric flow after a fault is detected. As in case of a fire, if we want to control the fire, we have to control it from its source. In the similar way, if we want to have a better control over electricity, we have to control it from its source, and that source is live wire. Therefore, the live wire has a potential difference 240 volts with respect to the neutral wire of the zero potential. So, electric current enters our homes through the live wire and leaves through the neutral wire. Therefore, circuit breakers, fuses and switches should be installed on the live wire to control the current at the very beginning, because these live wires are the source of producing the electric current and has the high potential. So the conclusion is, therefore the circuit breakers, fuses and switches are installed to live wire because of the high potential, that is 240 volts, and for safety purpose. I hope you understand each and everything very clearly. Thanks for listening me. Allah Hafiz. Stay home, stay blessed and stay safe.